So the reason why I decided to have an owner on this Q&A rather than a trainer or a behaviorist, because with leash walking is your thing. Yes, you can have a trainer tell you to walk like this or use this collar or this harness, but it's really on you to do the things that the trainer does, or like pick and choose what you want to do or don't want to do. Like with Rika, when we first got her, I think it was like the following week, we talked to a Malinois trainer, and the Malinois trainer is very different from Landy, the behaviorist that you've seen on the last Q&A and who we have on our stories a lot. It's just a different way of approaching the Mal. One is definitely more militant, and then the other one is definitely, it's more family oriented, because that is our goal with Rika. So with the Mal trainer, he suggested we get the prong on ASAP, get the e-collar on ASAP, and we were hesitant about both, and I'm glad that we actually waited with the e-collar. We're not going to start training Rika on the e-collar till about a year. So, and that's helped her with recall a lot. So if anyone doesn't know what these collars are, let me just show you. So this is the e-collar that we were recommended to use. This is the martingale collar, which we do use. And then what we are using now a lot is the prong collar. Come here, mama. I'll show it to you in a sec once Rika gets back. So here we go. I'm going to go through your questions. Okay. Okay, so how do you stop puppy from biting the leash? A couple of you guys asked this question. I posted a video on YOLO Pup LA about how to stop the dog from biting on the leash. Basically, put the treat in front of the nose, move the leash around, and then reward when the puppy doesn't go wandering trying to get the leash. And then bring that into your walk. And when the dog is walking, put the treat in front, move the leash around. If the puppy does not grab, reward. If the puppy does grab, no reward. And make the dog sit. And making the dog sit will just refocus the mind, and the dog has to then pay attention to you. It goes back to that whole idea of, if you don't like a behavior, just shut it all down. Nothing continues unless mom or dad, owner, says so, or owner controls the situation. Owner is controlling everything. So, okay. Most effective way to stop pulling on the leash. This is a question from Mochi the Malinois and Mochi's mom, Yana Banana. So, Rika was really, really bad with pulling in the beginning. She would yank so hard, she would actually choke herself out. And we were using, even with the martingale collar. So we had the regular collar, and then we went with the martingale. And then we ended up having to switch to the prong collar. And the prong collar was really hard for me because I have never used a prong collar with the dogs I've had in the past. I've had a German Shepherd, a Collie, and a Chihuahua. I've never had to use a prong collar. But with Rika, Malinois, it's a totally different breed. And I found that helped Rika a lot because she was able to self-correct. Like, she knew immediately, like, oh, that's not the proper position I should be in. Let me go back to heel on the side. And that's why we constantly train the heel, and why we've been training heel in the house first, so she knows that is the behavior we want. So yes, the prong is really helpful for pulling. But aside from going straight from a regular collar to the prong, I would go from the collar to the martingale, see how your dog does with the martingale, and then if the pulling keeps on continuing and it's really difficult to manage and it's a safety thing, then go to the prong. So another thing with the prong collar, and this is a personal thing, we live in the city, and there on the main street there's a lot of cars that are zooming by, and we were concerned about Rika with that pulling. I can't risk Rika running into the street or running after a bird. Like, we don't want to lose Rika. Like, that was just something we did not want to deal with, and so it was for safety reasons. Also, you know, in LA, and I don't know where you guys are following from all over, people look at the prong as a really bad thing, especially puppies. And yes, we put the prong on Rika before 6 months. A lot of people say don't put the prong on until the puppy's at least 6 months. With Rika, we couldn't wait 6 months. The mal trainer suggested we put it on immediately. We tried the martingale, and then we went to the prong, and it worked. It was effective. So I would say to anyone that is either looking at you weird or feeling like, oh, I feel bad for the puppy, or, you know, kind of shaming you for using the prong collar, I would just ignore all of that. You got to do what's best for you and what's best for your dog. And you need to realize that it doesn't matter what Jack or Jill says about a prong collar. Like, this is your dog's safety. If the dog is pulling, it's just too much of a risk, and you got to have your dog under control. If that means putting on a prong, then put the prong on. And don't feel bad about it. I felt bad, and yeah, you gotta just leave it. It's your dog. So yeah, someone asked me my thoughts on prong collar. A very, very effective tool that's helped Rika focus and become a better leash walker. And it just made leash walking more enjoyable for the both of us. Another tip, we like to focus on really short quality walks. So we would do the same exact loop over and over again, so that Rika would build her confidence, and then she would get used to the route, and then she would, you know, master the art of the leash walk, instead of really long walks where I would have to correct her. So if you are trying to master the leash walk, yeah, do short intervals, because then it will be more fun and it'll just be easier to manage. Hope that answered your question. Are you still using the prong collar now, or is it just a temporary solution? That's a really good question, Tiana. So we are still using it, sometimes, not always. So the prong has helped her a lot with understanding to go back to heel, but we don't always. Like for quick potties, I'll just take her outside and walk her around, and she doesn't pull. We also, and this is something that Landy told us to do, was when we're walking, have her just sit in the middle of the walk. That way she's focused on you, and she realizes that you're controlling the walk. The dog, you can't move if, yeah, that you're controlling the walk. So it kind of went on, but yeah, we don't always use it, but it's helped her a lot. Yes, every other collar would choke mine a lot. How do you use remote collar? So someone's asking about the e-collar. So this is the e-collar that we purchased when the mal trainer suggested we purchase it and put it on Rika ASAP. And there were definitely times where we felt like, oh my gosh, Rika's out of control. Like, we need to figure out the e-collar. No, your dog's not out of control. It's just a Malinois puppy. Relax and wait. Don't just jump to the remote control collar when things get rocky. I would say try to do it the all natural way, and then go to the technology and things. Again, I'm not a trainer. This is just my own personal views. Okay. Tips for getting eye contact when healing. As a tip you can give me when starting to train, words only. Okay, so I'm not gonna go into all that. I'm gonna go back to the leash walking. So guys, let's just keep to leash walking questions. Okay. Okay, so this is a question from Tracker the Malinois, and Mom and Dad. So do you prefer Rika next to you? Oh no, sorry. I wrote this down and I can't find it. Anyway, Tracker's mom asked if we have Rika walk on the leash next to us, or if we have her go and explore. And so my answer to this was when we're leash walking, she has to be on our side. Yes, your dog is going to want to pull and explore. They're a puppy. Like, there are so many new smells and new things. They just want to, you know, get into everything. But if you're training your dog to learn how to walk on the leash, yes, have your dog walk right next to you. And if they pull and, you know, try to, or stop, Riko would stop a lot. Just remember that this is a training session, and it will kind of switch up how you approach walking in general. When the dog learns to walk properly on your heel, then your dog can explore. And with Riko, we do so much exercise, and she, you know, she's out in the field, that I don't feel guilty for making her stand by my heel. So yeah, leave it. Come here, mama. Sorry if I missed. How do I get my mouth? Stop biting the leash on a walk. Okay, Paul Rocky Balbo. I posted a video on YOLO Pup, and it's on the story for reference. Hold on. Okay. How do I keep her next to me? Show this person. Okay, so it's 5:15. Hi. I am going to invite Neon Tiger into the chat if you are here. So Neon Tiger has a Husky German Shepherd mix, and the name is, I can't recall, but Neon Tiger, if you're here, please request to be in. So I wanted to invite another person, another dog owner that has a puppy, to come on and talk about how they leash walk. You know, yes, we use a prong. Not everyone uses a prong. So we wanted to have someone share another perspective on it. So Neon Tiger, please request to be in the live. Also, Tracker, the Malinois, if you guys got your package. Yes, you're here. Okay, hold on. Okay, we are waiting for Neon Tiger. What an intense IG handle.
Hey, Jillian.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. So first off, can you tell everyone what kind of dog you have, how old, and the name?
Absolutely. So we have Ember here. She is 5 months old, and her mom is a Malinois German Shepherd mix, and her dad's a Husky. So she has a lot of prey drive in her, a lot of energy, and very vocal.
Okay. So what are you using, or how is Ember on walks with you?
She's pretty good. As a puppy, she pulled a lot and she had a short attention span. But she's actually fairly responsive to what we use. So I use a combination like leash harness. Sure.
Come here, Mama. Just a second.
No worries. What you doing, Ember? What you doing? Wanna come say hi? Yeah. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Oh, good girl.
Okay.
Good girl.
We are back. Hi, Ember. Hey, relax. Seats.
Oh my God, Rika's so freaking cute.
Little nugget.
So cute.
Seats. Okay, so how was Ember when she was a puppy on leash walks?
Yeah, so she was highly distractible. And she's gotten a lot better. We're certainly not as structured as you are. You've given us some new goals, I think, in terms of like just following the same routes and getting her like good at leash walking. But she's responsive to the method that we use. She doesn't pull too strongly, and when she does, we just stop and wait until the tension is released. So yeah, she's honestly good for the mix that she is, I think.
Yeah, especially with that husky in her.
Yeah.
So what kind of collar do you use?
We just have a flat buckle collar on her right now, and we don't really use a leash attached to it at all. If we're just running out to potty, we'll do that. But yeah, we just use that for her right now.
And then do you use a harness?
Yes. So we actually we use something that we're really excited about. When she's a puppy, or when she was a puppy, they grow so fast, and I knew that I wanted to use a harness on her. Just didn't want to choke her out, but you don't want to buy a harness like every month or every few weeks because your puppy's growing. Yeah, so we use something called the harness lead, and it's really neat. It can be a slip collar or just like a regular harness. But it's a really interesting tool that has been so useful, and it's going to last her entire life until she grows up. And I can even use it on my other dog too. So we really like how versatile it is.
Amanda, do you think you could put it on Ember so we could see?
Definitely. Let me just get her to sit, and I'll do that right now. All right, Ember. Good girl.
It's always hard to see, like, the slip.
Sit. Good girl. Hi, baby. Oh, so excited. Ember. Are you going to make this difficult?
So cute.
There you go. All right.
Easy.
And it'll be a little trickier with just one hand, but ultimately what you do is you wrap the leash around her body. Ember, sit. Come on, sit. No, sorry.
Okay.
She thinks she's going on a walk. Ember, sit. Good girl. All right. So you wrap it around her body. You're usually so much better at this. You know what? I'm just going to get it on quickly, and then I'll show you.
It always happens like that. They're so good until the camera's on.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Good girl. So please help me and my dog Milka.
All right, I'm ready.
Right.
So that wasn't the best introduction to that product. It's a lot easier when you have two hands. So I'll show you now. Basically, it just wraps around like a regular harness. And the way that it's structured too is a lot of harnesses that are on the market. Leave it. Good girl. Good girl. They sometimes pull against dogs' front legs in a way that can be harmful to their growth and development, either as puppies or even as adults. So we really liked this one because it was recommended by a couple of trainers where the way that it's formed, it doesn't really pull against her front legs in a way that could impact her growth or how her body moves. And it works like any other no-pull harness where it applies tension on her belly when she pulls. And when that happens, you wait until she releases herself.
Huh. Cool. That's nice.
Yeah.
And do you feel like you have control of your dog?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think I've used a couple of harnesses in the past, and I think with some other harnesses, they loosen over time or stretch over time, and then the dog might escape randomly. But this one, it's the most secure harness I've ever used on a dog. So I really like it.
Awesome. We'll have to check that out. Yeah, when we introduced Riko to the harness, she hated the harness. When she was really little, like 9 weeks to 12 weeks, because we got a harness at that age and she grew out of it in about 2 weeks. She was fine, obviously very small. But the next harness we got, she would give us such a hard time. She would just growl, and yeah, it was really difficult to get it on her. So that looks good because it's just a slip on.
Yeah, and we did have to train her to sit or be calm while we put it on her. But now she's actually really calm with it. But yeah, we're really happy with this solution for her.
Good. Well, thank you so much for coming on and showing us how you train Ember and how Ember walks on the leash with the slip harness.
Yeah, sure.
So,
Thanks
okay.
so much for having me. Love seeing your posts and happy to be a part of it.
Thank you so much, and thank you. That means a lot to us.
Cool. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So we have 5 more minutes. I want to keep these to just 30-minute sessions. Does anyone else want to come in? The floor is yours. Molly the Malinois. Kong is the best toy to reduce the stress. Yes. And keep her mind occupied. She freaking loves it, going at it. Okay. Well, all right, let's see if there are any other questions. Will you be posting this on your feed? It's debatable. I'm probably going to watch it first to see how it came out. I don't know. Should I feel like it was a little scrambled. Mocha Choca Latte. Please, may I come in? Yeah, sure. Request to be in. I like your handle. Okay, Mocha Choca Latte. A request to be in, and I will accept you. How much does she weigh now? She weighs about 25 pounds. She's small, almost 6 months. What did you put inside the Kong? Well, we normally put either peanut butter or we'll put a nudgy. Okay, Mocha Choca Latte is coming in.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going, girl?
Good. How are you?
Good.
This is a lot of help. My dog is really, really crazy.
What kind of dog do you have?
She was a shelter dog, part Malinois,
Wow.
something else.
Oh, wow. And how old do they think that your dog is?
She's about 8.5 months, and she's 75 pounds.
Wow. Well, what's her name?
Her name's Milka.
Oh, obviously Mocha
Yeah.
Chocolate. Wow, 75 pounds. That's a lot. So what is Mocha doing on walks? A lot of the pulling?
A lot of pulling, and she disregards just about everything that I say. I can tell her sit with a treat, with about anything, but she will not do it.
Does she listen to your parents?
Yes.
Okay. So your homework is, because this is a respect thing, you got to be strict with her. If you want her to listen to you, you have to stand up tall. Mocha, yes. Mocha, no. And then you can have fun and be friendly with her, but if you really want her to listen, start carrying yourself a little bit taller and, be a leader in the house. And then Mocha will respect you more.
How did you train Rika to jump in between your legs and sit and walk without a leash or anything?
Oh my God, it takes a lot of time. We practice every single day. And one thing I have to always remind myself is that I have to really lead her, because she wants to do everything and check everything out. And if I don't have that control, then when she does get big, and she's small for her breed, but I always was under the impression that if I can't control her now when she's a puppy, when she is fully grown, I definitely won't be able to. So I had to put in the work now when they're young. And yes, when they're so cute, you don't want to discipline your puppy, but you have to, and because that's the only way that they're going to learn.
Do you have anything about Mocha has a tendency to jump things?
Oh my gosh, right? That is crazy with the jumping, and we're still working on that. So what we do is we pull her off, or we kind of move our body to, like, if she tries to jump on the table, we'll push her off, or if we see it coming, no jump, no, bad girl.
Mocha really likes to jump over her 7-foot fence. Yeah.
Okay, you guys got to get Mocha under control.
She is. I've taken her for like 3 walks in a day and it does nothing.
Wow. Well, I think you should just keep on working with Milka and keep on be strict with her. Make sure it's great that you're going on walks with her and she's getting out that exercise. But yeah, just try to tame the beast.
Peace, that's a good way to put it.
Yes.
Riko looks like such an awesome dog to have around.
She is very, very special. She's a lot of work, but yeah, she's very special, and we're very grateful for her.
It looks so just seeing all your posts and kind of flipping through. Okay, what can I see here? And my dog.
Aw, well, you are so very sweet, and I want to thank you for coming on to our live. Rika is just about to get into something, and I want to keep these short. So thank you so much again, and keep us posted on how Milka does and how you do with being standing taller and being more fierce.
Thank you. I really appreciate the insight.
Of course. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone. I'm going to sign off too. Ciao. Message us for anything. You know I'll respond.